Let the bells of freedom ring. Today is the 4th of July. It's the American Independence holiday, and we're going to talk about anger management. The colonists were angry at King George III. They didn't want to pay taxes. They didn't want to be a colony. They wanted to be free to be themselves and do their own thing in America. There were 13 original colonies, and I believe that there are 13 ways of looking at a blackbird. That's actually a poem by Wallace Stevens, an American poet. So whenever I'm in a hurry, I get frustrated. And when I'm frustrated, I get a little bit angry. And then if I have to wait, I get a little bit more angry. Can you relate to anger?
Hi there. Well, first of all, happy 4th of July. My history is a little hazy, but I know it's a very important day in the U.S. history. And as for
Yes,
the
it
anger,
is.
I don't have any right now. I'm just, I'm not ready to be angry at the moment. But I guess I'm getting to it. Just give me
Yeah,
some time, like 10 minutes,
it,
to
it can happen.
to catch up with you.
Well, the picture on our cover shot or our thumbnail shows a coffee shop, and the name of the coffee shop is called LDU. And a friend of mine asked the people that work there, what does LDU stand for? And they said, we don't know. Those were just some letters that were not taken when we went down to the courthouse to get our DBA, doing business as. So you'll see a counter off to the right where people stand in line. And then to the left, you'll see an area where the baristas make the coffee. You'll see some little chairs and tables, and there's a red chair there. You know, red is traditionally the color associated with anger and passion. How do you feel about stopping at red lights, stopping at stop signs? How do you feel about stopping when you've got someplace to go?
I feel great because there aren't many places I want to go. I don't feel angry at that moment I don't feel angry at moments like these. But I just can't. I mean, I'm trying to be as angry as possible, but somehow it just lost with me. I am sad
Well,
again.
you're sad. Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
it's a natural, it's an emotion that I usually have, the sadness. But I think it's even it's a kind of healthy. It's become healthy.
Well, the thing is, it's actually a friend of yours. It knows you well. It wakes up with you. It goes to sleep with you. It accompanies you on road trips. And I'm actually starting to feel a little sad because I have some people I'm going to be meeting, and they always want me to be on time. They are always early. If something starts at 7 o'clock, they're there at 6:45. If I'm supposed to meet them across town at noon, I better be there at 11:30 or I'll be late. So they have this wacky sense of New York, Manhattan time, which means if you're not early, you're late. So I feel my heart beating a little bit faster, and I'm having some coffee, and I'm starting to feel anxious, which is also a familiar feeling.
Maybe you need to complete an anxiety management course, or maybe you want to do some self-help work independently.
Yeah, I think anxiety management can be a future episode. 14th of July is Bastille Day in France, and people are already out on the streets. They're angry at inflation. They're angry that the retirement age has been raised from 62 to 65. Imagine that you're a man. Imagine that you're hardworking. Imagine you think that one day you'll retire, and they say, no, dude, you're going to be in your office for 3 more years. How would you feel?
Well, I would have felt cheated, like I've been cheated on, because and I would feel anger too, and I would feel a whole bunch of emotions actually, but I guess that would be the main one, because my mental health isn't stable.
Well, that's why we're in Petroma Therapy, and we enjoy visiting with our subscribers. Mark Stevens, II, the train man. We've interviewed him before in previous episodes. Shout out to Austin and Amos, and also Johnny John. And we have Manuel and Lydia in Germany. Guten Tag. Guten Abend. How do you say good afternoon?
I guess Guten Abend. I don't remember it. I haven't practiced German in a while, but Guten Morgen, Guten Tag, and Guten Abend. Yeah, Guten Tag would be an appropriate way to say good afternoon.
Yes. And, Manuel has a YouTube channel where he shows how he makes drawings and little clay figures. I've known him for maybe 4 or 5 years. I've also known Lydia. She at one time was a dancer, and then she started working as a digital artist. So she made our cover shot for the episodes Drop and Roll, where there's an owl kind of looking at you. So it's great to be here on the 4th of July with our angry, frustrated, longtime friends. Long time.
Well, you have so many friends. Sometimes I feel.
Did you just mute yourself?
And I only have one. I only have one, and I think he's imaginary.
Well, do you have any family members, like a brother or sister, or
Yeah, but I'm talking about friends.
Oh yeah, I know.
Different
Family.
concept in my mind.
Yeah, family you're born with.
You don't want to share things with family members. So, I mean, certain things. Maybe you do it. Maybe it's just me. I could be wrong.
No, I heard this expression some years ago. Friends you can choose, family you're born with.
Okay, now, somehow that anger is getting back to me, and I think that I am getting very angry over the stuff you just said, because, and strange things, I shouldn't be, right?
No, this is about anger management, so we want to work up a good level of anger that I'm going to cut off and leave to go to do a picnic for 4th of July. So this is what's called abandonment therapy. The therapist is working with the client, and the client comes in rather relaxed, and the client works on some problem, and then the therapist says, our session is over. We'll see you next week. And then you just walk out of the session lonely, confused, on the street, wondering what to do. But this is, are you on the street?
Like abandoned, because it's like time's up, go away. I would have felt insulted.
Yeah, but you pay for this, because in the United States, generally therapists are charging $100, $200, $300 for an hour. You do not even get 1 hour, because you get there, you have to check in, sit down, that takes 5 minutes. Then the therapist wraps up the session, that takes 5 minutes. You're getting like a 50-minute hour for $200, if the therapist is good.
Like you're not given any medications for in between the sessions?
Oh, yeah, that would be a psychotherapist. That means they're a doctor and a counselor, so they'll be even more expensive. So usually psychotherapists spend several sessions doing your history, everything bad that happened to you in your life, everything that was making you sad, tragic things in childhood. If you happen to be married or divorced, that sucks up a lot of time. So you spend several sessions working up your history, and then they spend a couple times just talking to you, see what your problem is. And then they decide if you need a prescription, they write you your prescription. Then you have to tell them what pharmacy to send it to. That took 5 minutes. And then, they might give you Xanax, or they might give you, I don't know if they write Prozac anymore, or erectile dysfunction medication, or I don't really know what they're writing for prescriptions now.
But does it help? Does it help if you feel angry?
Does it help? Well, I don't know. I mean, I heard that anger is an emotion, that it's neither good nor bad. It just is. Because I once talked to a priest, and I said, anger is one of the 7 deadly sins. Like I am a sinner, and I'm angry. And then I talked to this priest. He was a Vietnamese priest back in Houston, and he said, well, anger is just an emotion. If you choose to take action, if it's a choice of free will, and you get a knife and run out and stab someone, or if you get a gun and shoot somebody in the foot, well, yeah, that would be a sin. It's also a crime, and you could get, put in jail. But just feeling angry, or feeling sad, or feeling excited, or feeling like, wow, look at that cute girl. There's nothing wrong with the feelings. It's only when we take action on those feelings that they could go, mad or something. How do you feel now?
Do you remember the day ago we discussed how the exercise would help you with being sad? And so I went to the gym last afternoon, and there was a lot of angry people there, and I think that many of them just went over the top with exercise, and
Yes.
sad and
Yes.
angry. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Why
you
I
can start.
agree with you the other day, but I think exercise wouldn't help many of them, of us.
I think that people can feel excited going to do exercise, and quite often they're pleased when they leave the gym. But, I don't like to sweat. So when I go to the gym, first of all, I walk in and there's a coffee room, and then they have some books that you can take a book, leave a book, and they have beautiful plants. And then there's a few people wearing college t-shirts. So when I go to the gym, the first thing I get distracted by is all the fun stuff in the foyer. You can have coffee, you can have tea, you can talk with somebody that just finished an amazing workout, you can bring a couple books. I spend the first half hour at the gym in the coffee room. And then I go to the check-in area and they say, "Hi, we haven't seen you in a long time." And I say, "I've been traveling." And they go, "You look like you lost weight." And then I'll say, "Yeah." And then I look in the area and I see people lifting weights. People are working these rowing machines. I see people on the treadmill running so fast and so angry because it looks out into a beautiful parkway. It's a huge plate glass window. And I think, I hate treadmills. So I just sit on the stationary bicycle, and you can punch some buttons, and you can read the New York Times, you can read the Chicago, the Tribune, you can read the Houston Chronicle. So I've been at the gym for an hour. Have I done any exercise? No, but I feel great. I love going to my gym. Then I press the go button and put in my code where they're going to track how far I've gone on my stationary bicycle. So I push the button, I start the pedals, and then I'm really, really sad because I haven't been to the gym in a while.
Yeah, well, could you please go on? Because I finally feel angry enough, and when I'm angry, I can say some pretty hard stuff. And I want to learn how to control this now before I hurt you.
Okay, yeah, and they also have punching bags there. I think that would be good for you. They like box. You might want to join a boxing gym. You put on the gloves and you get like a really great sexy girl trainer, kind of like in Harlequin. And the trainer has like a ponytail and she looks great and she's been working out. And she says, "Hi there, are you here to work on your anger?" You go, "Yeah." And then you put your gloves on and you just start punching. And then she shows you how to move your feet back and forth, and you start punching. And at the gym I go to, they have some punching bags. I've seen men and women hitting those bags pretty hard. Pretty hard.
Yeah, so I take it that's kind of an anger management technique.
It is because the emotions have built up inside you, and you're angry about your job or your wife or your girlfriend or your dog died or your property taxes went up. Like, we have so many things in our life that make us angry, and we just can't go around with knives stabbing people. I can't go into my apartment management office and like stab the assistant manager. Can I? No. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to, because then I'm going to go to jail, and I don't want to be in jail. I want to go to my 4th of July picnic. I want to continue visiting with you. But, this punching and hitting at a boxing gym, there are some gyms just dedicated to boxing. And once I was in a grocery store and I saw this cool guy wearing a shirt. I like graphic design. So it was a black shirt with white gloves on it and a red boxing ring drawn around it. It was red, black, and white. I go, "That's a really great T-shirt." He goes, "That's the gym I work out at." I go, "Oh, cool." Then I just kept going. But yeah, there are boxing gyms here in Dallas, and I also saw there's also places you can also learn karate and and it's called Krav Maga. Do they have boxing and taekwondo places where you are?
It's all over the place. Of course, many people practice at this time, especially that they monetize it as hell. It costs a lot, but I don't know. If you want to punch someone, just it's not necessarily pay an annual membership. Just go and punch.
Well, I feel like we're at a point where I really want to continue our discussion, but I have a previous commitment to some people, and I'm going to have to, I don't want to say abandon you, but I'm going to get ready to leave. Are there a few more closing remarks? Maybe we can make anger management too later in the day. Are there anything you want to say? Is there anything you want to say to us or to you or to our subscribers?
You want to wrap us up?
Yeah, I'm going to have to bail.
Why?
Because I have to go because I have to carry these bags to my car. I have to drive and I have to meet with lawyers. You cannot make lawyers angry.
That is even better. That's a great opportunity. Just leave the microphone on and ask everybody questions. We will make like a group chat.
Oh, no. Lawyers have dedicated time to family. They don't want to talk about anything other than family stuff. If they find out I'm making recordings with strangers, they will. They could sue me. They could mandate therapy for me. It could be very dangerous for them to find out. Now, several years ago, one family member found out that I was talking to a person in a foreign country, and she said, well, they're just trying to come to America. Don't give them any information. They probably want you to give them money. And I said, well, we're just talking about pancakes. We're talking about bridges. We're talking about towers. She said, these are all ulterior motives that Russians, Nigerians, people from Brazil and the Far East, these are things that they do to trap you into coming to America. They want to come to America.
Yeah, okay. I don't have anything against it, but personally, I don't want to go to anywhere except just go sit in the dark and have a friend, and that will probably, help me to find the source of my frustrations. Anyway,
well,
okay, you stay safe and happy 4th of July, and say everyone that congratulations.
Very good, very good. Well, I would leave the microphone on, but I have to carry this hot pan of, it's kind of like a carbonara pasta with ham and green beans and tomatoes. I have to carry that downstairs. So if I dropped that, then I would be sad. So I don't want to drop that, and I'm on my way to my picnic, and we'll talk to everyone later. Adios for now.
By the way, just before you go, just a small piece of advice. When you feel sad or angry, I was going to say that in the beginning, but I forgot. You just do things with your non-dominant hand. And the anger and sadness just go away. Just practice it and tell me how it works.
Okay, will do.
I hope you have
a good 4th of July.
Are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, because I can't find that that button I always try to turn on and off, and it doesn't work. Just hold on.
Okay.
I can't hang up on you. Sorry, just a second.
No, it's fine. That's fine. I'm here.
I mean, I'm pushing the button, but it doesn't work. Fuck, these guys they want me to go off the road again. Hold on.
Okay.
Because that's the only spot where I can get the good reception in the middle of the road, like you told me in the movie yesterday. So I'm here again. Hold on. Okay, that's all. I guess I found it. Bye bye. Stay.